back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. This is not a book. Well, it's book themed, but it's not a book.
It's called the bonus episode.
The bonus episode, because we just wanted to brag a little bit about the Sumiton Book Fest.
Talk about, you know, we got a lot of new followers that we met during the Sumiton Book Festival.
Welcome.
So, hello, if you're listening.
Yeah. Pretty much, we just want to make all the people that didn't go feel bad. Because no, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know. We got a lot to say about it, I think. So we kind of just wanted to talk about it because, like, we had a really good time.
We're in a silly, goofy mood.
Yeah, that too.
No, but, like, we had a ball.
Yeah.
We had, you know, you're in the South. You can say you had a blast. No, it was so much fun. There were so many amazing authors there.
Yep.
I have a girl crush on one of them now because she was just so cool. Actually, a couple of them. I know we're going to do books by, like, all the authors there eventually.
So we've had pretty much, like, this entire year planned out book-wise.
Yeah.
With a very special episode at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to record that one,
oh,
to be
man,
honest.
I'm stoked. Y'all should stay tuned.
I can't wait. So we met quite a few authors. I think you more than me, but that's just because I didn't go until later and it got really windy. It was so bad.
So basically some context of how windy it was. We had a tent, right? Like kind of like the pop-up ones that you use for booths at a festival. And so I had 8 weights on the tent that I borrowed from my mother-in-law because I was worried it was going to blow around because they're like, by the way, we'll be in a field. Weights are recommended in the email that they sent us from Sumiton.
And they weren't going to provide the weights or anything like that.
No,
like,
yeah, they're just like, bring your own. The people behind us had their weights nailed down. And I was like, man, that's a good idea. I should remember that for next time. But I was like, surely 8 weights are going to hold this thing. I'm like, this thing ain't going nowhere. So at one point, me and you are at a booth a couple spots away from ours talking to this lady. Yeah. And the wind starts blowing her tent away. So we reach up and grab it. And then I hear you say, oh my God. And I turn to look, our tent's gone. It has completely smothered the lady beside us on top of her table because she didn't have a tent. There is like 5 or 6 people running over there to help her get the tent off of her because the wind is literally just railing her with that tent at this point. And I'm just like, I almost cried. I felt so bad. One of my weights was 20 feet away. Yeah. I don't know how it moved that far, but I am so glad it didn't hit anybody.
Yeah.
But I apologized to that old lady profusely. And I felt horrid. She started packing up shortly after, and I was like, can I help you pack up? And she was like, no, that's okay. And I was like, that made me feel really bad. Because, like, I'm trying to apologize to you and you're leaving.
Well, at least, you know, she did a very good job at, like, watching her tent.
I know, I felt bad, because we were like, hey, we're gonna go talk to this author real quick, we'll be back in, like, 2 minutes, and she's like, okay, that's fine, and our tent tried to kill her.
She really got a good look at that tent. She watched it real well.
Well, I'm pretty sure the devil is signing away your spot now, just getting it ready for you.
I was explaining that to James because what did he message? He messaged me on Snap and he was just like, well, I wasn't expecting to play hide and seek with like 2 5-year-olds earlier today. So I responded with, well, I wasn't expecting to hit an old lady with a tent today, but you know, stuff happens.
So, I mean, stuff happens. You can't really control the wind.
And then
so next time we're bringing nails.
For sure.
Like the long ones.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna nail that sucker in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I felt horrid.
It's bad. But, I mean, it's kind of funny now.
I felt so bad.
And I kind of feel bad though because I literally like ran away to go help get that tent off of her.
Yeah.
And then like we were
that lady's tent that we're holding is still blowing away, so I'm holding it because there's nobody else around. It's just me and that lady holding her tent. You run off and I'm like, do I stay? Do I go? What do I do? What tent do I get right now?
I remember while I was running away, she's like, yeah, go get your tent. And I'm like, stay less.
She's just like, you know, girl, I got you. I'm running.
I feel bad though because we were in the middle of talking to her and I meant to go back to her booth to go talk to her.
Oh, I was traumatized. I didn't leave our booth again until we took the tent down.
I left afterwards because I'm like, I gotta go talk to somebody.
Yeah, well, It broke my tent, so we just took it down.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so embarrassed because people kept saying, oh yeah, a tent flew away, and they would point at me, and I'm just like, for the love of God, stop telling people it's okay. It's in the past.
Yeah,
everyone kept making jokes.
Everyone
and, like,
saw
laughing.
it too. Because I was just like, yeah, our tent blew away, and they're like, yeah, we saw that. So I was like, okay.
You're just like, okay, well,
Yeah.
they could have at least faked it. Like, oh wow, really?
But after, when you went to go get the car so we can pack up our stuff, the lady across from us with all those, like, self-help books.
Yes.
She and the girl next to her with the keychains, they were taking down her tent together. Big gust of wind blew. That tent went all the way to the other side of the field.
I noticed, like, they were, like...
all the way over yonder?
Yeah, like, all the way across the field. And I was like, did they carry it over there? And they're like, no, it blew away. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, at that point, everybody started
It took 4 people to stop the tent.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it was definitely windy. I mean, like, they couldn't handle that because it was outside. Yeah. But that was the windiest day that we've had in a while. It was crazy. Yeah.
It was nice though. It wasn't hot.
It was very nice.
At least we took
the tent down. Then it was just the sun beating on us.
That's the issue down here. It's just like the sun is so hot.
Yeah.
That it just makes you sweat.
It just like radiates heat on you. Mm-hmm. But besides that, we loved it.
It was great. No, I really loved it. All the vendors were really, really nice.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm from a small town, obviously. And so, like, I don't travel out of my town very much. Mm-hmm. And so we were going up to Sumiton, and I was like, this is going to be bad. There's going to be some bad people there, which is, albeit there was a crackhead. That was the main show the entire time. Man, every time this guy walked up, we would be like, he's back. Because keep in mind, there's cops directing traffic, and he kept taking his bicycle, sitting right next to the cops. At one point, a car drove past, and he just screamed at it, and nobody looked. Everybody was just, this is every day here, and I'm just like, me and you are having a ball just watching this dude.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's this old, like, it was like an old ambulance. Like, it probably used to be an ambulance. Someone else, like,
it was full of trash.
It was just
like,
full
you
of trash
see
or whatever.
The trash and windows.
Like, if you were getting kidnapped, that was the van you were
That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I was like, man, that's not an ambulance.
But it drove by them, and he's just like, woo!
He just got so, woo! Nobody looks. I was expecting the people across from us, because it was at their backs. Yeah. I was expecting them to turn around and look, but they didn't move. They just pretended like they didn't hear it. And me and you are dying over there. Yeah, that crackhead stole the show, though.
It was so funny. And
forget the vendor. So I was just there for the crackhead.
And then he was just like shooting with the cop. Like, he was just like,
he's like bumping into he just like had his arm propped on their car and like leaning against it and like giggling and like talking to him. And
I could never. Like, why?
I mean, you can't be arrested if they're your buddies.
That's true. Maybe they're friends.
Yeah, because I posted a picture on Snap. I was like, an old guy. That would be mean if we posted that on Instagram.
Yeah.
An old guy, a cop, a crackhead, and Joe Dirt. Because there was a dude out there that looked just like Joe Dirt. And they were all standing in a line. And I was like, this is the beginning of one of those they walked into a bar jokes.
Yeah.
Because they were just so diverse. It was hilarious.
Oh, it was that was really funny.
We probably seem so judgmental. It's just, where we're from, there's a lot of crackheads, and we love them so much.
I deal with quite a few of them at work.
Dude, I deal with them in my driveway, bro.
That's true.
I've had to call the cops at least 3 times, because I'm like, there's crackheads screaming at each other in my driveway. Can you please, like, come do something? I don't even live in the city.
There was a meth head that walked up to your car while I was in your driveway.
No, he walked up, like, keep in mind, I'm heavily pregnant at this point, and he walks up and he's like, can you give me a ride? And it's like, no.
Well, he walked up to me and he's like, I'm literally getting out of, I'm leaving your house, I'm getting in my car, and he walks up, I'm like, the hell is this?
And
I saw you guys. I thought it was you, like someone you knew, and we were expecting company or whatever. But he comes up to my window. I roll it down just a smidge because I'm like, I don't know you.
No, yeah.
And he's just like, hey, you headed to town? And I'm like,
no.
And he's just like, well, can you like drop me off at town? And he was explaining this whole stupid story about something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable driving anybody around that I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay. And then he started walking up to you guys, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, because, like, Nick was standing there, like, I turned around, I saw you talking to him, and I was like, Nick? And then he turned around, And he told me, he's like, go in the house. He's like, I don't know who this is. He looks cracked out. Go in the house. But he met us at the stairs and stood in front of the stairs and wouldn't let me in the house. And the back door was locked. So, like, we were like, no, we don't give you a ride. And the guy's like, how about some money? You know, can you give me some money? And we're like, no. And then at that time, we had a police officer living across the road from us. So he's like, my husband was like, you can go over there. There's a police officer. He left real quick after that. Because he was like, no, thank you. And then Nick was like, yeah, anybody that's uncomfortable with the police, you do not need to be around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we're way off track.
Yeah,
we like crackheads, though.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Moral of the story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks for joining this episode. No, but we had a blast. There was like, I brought like 60 business cards. We handed out all of them.
Yeah.
And I know we got like at least 5 new listeners. It was 28 to 32.
I could check. No, it was 25 to 32.
Oh, was it? That's even more than I thought, bro.
Followers, just followers on Spotify. That doesn't technically mean listeners.
Yeah.
That just means people who decided to follow our podcast. Now
Yeah.
we're at 33.
Oh my goodness. Yay.
Oh my god, I just remembered something.
What?
I mean, depending on where you're listening to this from, because like we started off on Spotify, we're now available on iHeartRadio.
Yes, we are. Did you make that post on Instagram yet?
I did.
You did,
so it's shared now.
Oh. So, yeah, we got approved for iHeartRadio, like, of the day of the book fest.
Which I started thinking about when we were there, and I started applying for other things that we could do that's, like, free. Because that's the whole reason why we're not on Apple Podcasts just yet, because you have to pay, I think, to be on it. Mm-hmm. And we're just not there yet.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, what's here that's free? So we applied for iHeart, got accepted.
Yeah.
So we were just like, well, that's
so
perfect.
we're like, oh, we're on Spotify and iHeartRadio. And that really paid off because there was like at least 5 people who had iHeartRadio and not Spotify.
Yeah. Which is going to definitely help with viewership.
Oh, and we had a raffle basket.
We did have a raffle basket. That was like a last minute put together.
Yeah.
But it looked cute.
I know. People loved it. So next year when we go back, we're going to do a couple.
We're probably going to do 2. Like one small one in the morning and then one bigger one
in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like there's a lot more people that wanted to enter into it, but they said they wouldn't be there by the drawing time, which was at 3 p.m. So if we did one in the morning and one in the afternoon, I think that'd help a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really just threw our stuff together like the night before.
We had stuff planned.
And never got around to it. Yeah.
Stuff happens though.
Yeah, between your work schedule and my 2 kids, and my husband was on the road for 2 weeks while I was at home with our children alone. That sucked. And then you were working like 6 days a week. That also sucked.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
It was 5, but it felt like
There's so many hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. I can't wait for next year. Like they're already spitballing a date for next year. You can see all this. They have a Sumiton Book Fest page on Facebook, a Sumiton Book Fest vendor page for if you were interested in being a vendor, and the Booked on Main is their bookstore page, which is I highly recommend checking them out because they have really good prices.
They really do.
It is really good prices, yeah. And they have a dog.
They do.
It's a cute dog. They also do t-shirts and then laser engraved cups, like tumblers and stuff. So like if you are interested in that. One of the people that put on the event, she has a page for smutology where she makes like smut based products to sell. Yeah. And she's wanting to do a smut book fest one day, and I would be stoked.
Me too.
We would be there.
For
but
sure.
If they ever do that, we'll definitely be promoting it. So like we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Man, that would be awesome. But yeah, we had a blast talking to all the authors. Do we have a list of all the authors that were there that we can name? I know they posted it.
They probably...
I think they posted it on their Sumiton... Nope. Yeah, the Sumiton Book Fest page. Here's a list of authors for this coming Saturday. Deborah McDonald, T.J. Penn, Beverly Davis, Pan Campbell, M.T. Weber, Jack LaFountain, Vic Carey, Roxy Pearson, Robert McDonald, Christine Roberts. She is across from us to the right of the girl with the keychains. She was super sweet. I loved her.
I wish I got to talk to her.
Her books are on KU. B.R. Curry, J.D. Linton. I met J.D. Linton. Love her to death. Probably one of my new author crushes. Shelley Justice, Elena Roberts, Carla Swafford.
Oh, we talked to her.
Loved her, yeah.
She was so nice.
She's the one that looks like your godmother to me.
I didn't see it.
Did you not? I just saw your godmother staring at me when I talked to her.
She was really nice.
Yeah. Ariella Yates, Kimber Delaney, C.L. Elliott, Lanessa Lane,
Oh.
That's my new crush. No, I absolutely loved her. I think I talked to her for like a good 30 minutes.
You've been gone for a while.
I bought all of her books. She had like 7 books there. I bought all of them. She invited us to have it's a convention. It's a book convention.
Yes.
And she invited us, like, no, she didn't really invite us because she's not running it, but she told us to sign up for it to have her own panel. But like, if we did that, we could do like a live episode while we're there. And I'm really hoping, like, it's in May of next year. I'm really hoping we're bigger by then to make that a reality, because that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Kathy McClellan. Yeah, okay, let's make sure I read that right. Keith Cockrell. Gwendolyn Moore Delane. It may be Delaney. Delane or Delaney. Howard Pearlstein. Reginald Thomas. Callie Cox. Tia Hinton. Kathy Davidson. Hallie Christensen. Alex Kane. T.K. Cassidy. John Ryland. Patricia Correll. Jonathan Pierce. Bob McGough. You talked to him, didn't you?
I talked to him and I talked to John Ryland too.
You did? Okay.
They have more of, I want to say dark, kind of.
Which one was Meth Magician?
Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, his book.
When we're doing that book next year.
We are.
Yeah.
That's going to be next year. Should we mention that we're doing an ABC challenge or not yet?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
So we're doing an ABC challenge
From
to
January
start off
to March.
Yes. Pretty much the entire.
Yeah, it is exactly
the entire 3 months.
Yeah.
We're going to do the ABC challenge. Bob, his book is going to be number 2 actually, because his book is called Bring Home the Rain.
Yeah.
One of the girls who came and visited our booth, I don't remember her name.
Layla.
Was it Layla?
It was.
Oh, she was so sweet.
But Layla.
She was talking all about it. She was like going off about it. So I was like, I gotta go see this guy in his book and find out more about it.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting his book. He gave me some free stickers because I bought his book. He was really nice. John Ryland, his book is called The Unkindness of Ravens. Also a very dark novel. He was really nice. There was another lady there, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her because this was later in the day and all the vendors were like slowly starting to make their way home.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get a chance to stop and talk to her because it was around like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So we were about to pull our raffle winner. So I was like, I gotta run and go get that raffle done.
Yeah. The only reason that I remember her name is because she looks exactly like one of my best friends when I was 14.
She looks like someone my ex-best friend knows.
Yeah, well, this friend that I had, her name was Catherine. And so when I saw this lady, I thought it was her. Mm-hmm. But, my mind was like, surely not. But, she looked exactly like her. So, I'm pretty sure meeting her became one of my core memories. Yeah. Because I'm just like, wow, you look identical to somebody I know.
We talked to her for a while. Sis, if you're listening, we loved you.
Yeah, no, bro. We were stoked to especially when she came back the second time. And I was just like, yes.
Yes.
You can tell we don't get out very much. But no, I really enjoyed talking to her.
You're going through the list.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I think I've closed the list. No, here it is. Okay. Awilda L. Jones, Eddie Hand, Laura Hunter, Lauren Ruby, and Willow Morgan. Anyways, but that was all the authors that came. They're hoping next year is going to be bigger.
Yes.
They said there's a lot of authors that was supposed to come but couldn't make it, so I don't think they're on that list. But it turned out a lot bigger than I thought it would.
Yes.
I was really, as soon as we got there and started setting up, I was like, man, this is going to be nice.
Yeah.
There were still a few people that didn't come with their booths because there's some empty plots. But it was really nice.
It was really nice.
They had a food truck.
It was okay food.
It was supposed to be a bakery truck, but they didn't write on the schedule that they were supposed to do that day, and they had another event to go to. Yeah, so they got this one last minute. It was pretty good food.
It did the job.
It kept us from keeling over.
Oh, other authors that we met that we got books from the festival, because we talked about Bob, we talked about John, Carla Swafford. Mm-hmm. She has her book, Circle of Desire. Mm-hmm. It's a mafia kind of romance.
It's kind of spy. It was something like that.
Something along those lines. Is so what I was getting the vibe of.
Yeah.
She recommended me because Lydia talked to her first, and she's like, "Well, that's kind of stuff really not my realm." So she recommended
romance.
It was like romance.
Yeah.
She recommended her little novellas because she had a book of 2 novellas. And then she had her actual book, which she recommended to me, and I ended up getting that. So she's got the novellas. I got the first book.
Man, honestly, like, she had a deal for, like, her whole series, which is, like, 5 books. And she had sold out of all the other ones besides the novella, the first one and the 5th one. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I didn't want to buy the 1st and the 5th. But, like, if they're not on KU, we probably will buy those eventually.
Probably.
Yeah, because, like, I'm really interested in reading that series.
But she was really sweet. I talked to her for quite a while.
Yeah.
Willow Morgan, I talked to her forever.
We talked to her a lot.
I got her back to come back to our booth to go
to sign up
for our raffle.
Yeah.
She was. We started getting into the conversation because I don't remember the exact wording of it, but it was just like, my other vehicle is my pettycopter or something like that. And I heard that and I was just like, girl, same. Yeah. And we just started going off and talking to each other, and we were talking about books and stuff.
Man, I could have stood there and talked to these people all day. Because I'm like, I have found my people.
Yes.
Because coming from a small town, there's not that many people that read. So everyone around here does dope or skateboard. So that's pretty much it.
Which the skate park's next to the police station.
Yeah, that's why they did that, because they're like, well, we don't want people selling drugs, so they put it beside the police station. They still sell drugs, but
other authors. The Last Storm by J.D. Linton. Mm-hmm. I think that's all of them that I can think. Alyssa.
She had her artwork on like little like pictures. LD Linton did. J.D. Linton. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and it's like, so she was doing those and like signing the name on the back of them. The wind blew my card away, and I was really sad because I went back and they were gone. And so I just had to give her a piece of paper to write her email on. So like when we do her book, I'm gonna send her a link to it. But I was really sad because I really like the artwork. It was really pretty. So I don't know who does your artwork, sis, but it's cool.
And then Vanessa Lane.
Absolutely adored her. She's apparently a US Today pick and an Amazon bestseller. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so she said that she was wanting to kind of sell out most of her stock, I think is what she said.
I didn't get a chance to talk to her.
Well, I only went to talk to her because Christine Roberts, like I was talking to her about the podcast, and she said, you know, a friend of mine who'd be really interested is the lady in that booth over there, because she is a Amazon bestseller and she's trying to promote this series. And so I went to talk to her, fell in love. So, Christine Roberts, thank you. We are doing one of her books too next year, aren't we?
On her behalf, yes.
Yes. On all of these authors that we met, we talked to them and they were like, you know, what can we do to like get our books on the list? And I was like, well, we'll do them next year, definitely. So we're doing Bringing Home the Rain in January. Circle of Desire by Swafford in January.
Don't Close Your Eyes
by Vanessa Lane in January. Well, keep in mind this is going by like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So like we went by alphabetical order.
The Last Storm is in February. Yeah. On Her Behalf is also in February. Ooh. And The Unkindness of Ravens is going to be in March.
Yeah. And then in April we may complete the rest of the series of these books that we start, but we wanted to keep it alphabetical order so it's not broken up. We'll probably find books from more local authors to do, so if you know anybody that would be interested in having their book promoted, we do not do children's books. I cannot stress that enough. I had 5 people ask me, do you do children's books? And I said, no. No. This is
not a child-friendly podcast.
Like, 18 plus. I'm like, mature. Like, we're not ugly, we're not vulgar, but we do talk about smut. So,
yeah. We try not to be vulgar.
We try not to be vulgar, yeah, because I'm just like, you know, I have family friends that might listen to this that have very southern upbringings that might not appreciate this. So I try to keep it very friendly.
Yes.
But we had a couple authors ask us how they could get their children-based books on here, and I'm like, you can't, I'm sorry. I'm like, you do not want us promoting your children's books, I promise.
No. Wrong audience. Wrong audience, sorry.
Yeah, no. So, like, if you know any local authors, by local, America. No, like, if you know
like
any...
Alabama.
I don't know, like, it'd be cool if they're from Alabama, but, like, any small author you may know that's trying to get their name out there, because, like, I know a lot of our followers are, like, from Ohio or Arkansas. That's where my friends are from. In Virginia. James is in Virginia.
You can't forget Joby.
Joby, our one international listener, is in the UK. Joby Charles. Apparently Joby or Jobby means poop over there. So, and my Siri calls him Joby Yarls. So he's now Pooh Yarls on Snapchat. That has nothing to do with this podcast. Anyways, yeah, we are really excited. But yeah, let me get back to my point before I completely have a stroke. If you have any small authors that are trying to get their names out there, send us an email, have them email us, DM us on Instagram, because we would love to support small authors.
Oh, yeah.
The smuttier, the better.
Yep.
Unless it's in a church.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's Nick and mine. Recently found out. Other than that, you know, what's the saying? Oh, nothing's off the table. I was going to say all hands on the table, but I'm like, I really don't think that's the way that expression goes.
No. Close.
Close with a cigar. Do you have any finishing notes?
Not really. I mean, we talked about everything. Like, our crackhead, how nice everybody was.
Yeah.
The tent. I think the tent was...
The tent was probably the second highlight of the evening. Crackhead being the first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But I don't think anybody could top Crackhead, truth be told.
He didn't talk... He came and walked through the festival like a couple times, but he didn't stop at our booth.
He didn't. He just kind of looked and kept walking. And I'm like, man, we are your biggest fans here, and you're not even going to come talk to us? For shame.
Rude.
But no, we had so much fun meeting everybody.
We did.
There was like some non-authors, a publication business was there right behind us. Food. It was really fun. Can't wait for next year. We already are making notes for what we're going to bring next year. That was a big hit this year.
And do differently, yeah.
Definitely gonna bring better weights for the tent.
I think the weights were fine. It just needed to be nailed down.
They definitely need to be nailed down. Yeah, that was rough. My anxiety after that was just up to the sky.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for listening to us go on and on about the wonderful event that was Sumiton Book Fest. Can't wait for 2024.
You know, if there's any other book fests or stuff like that that's going on that you think we might be interested in going to, that's fairly close to Alabama.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Well, we drove about an hour for this one, so like we can travel, just preferably in the state.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let us know, because we'd be interested.
Be super interested in that. Yeah, I honestly thought about bailing because I'm just like, I don't know if my anxiety can handle this, but it was a blast. I'm really glad that we went, and I want to do it again.
You know, even if we don't go as like a vendor, like even if we could just go, that would still be...
We'll walk around and hand out business cards.
That's called networking, sis.
Yes, man. I even handed out a photography business card. I was so proud of myself. I wasn't even advertising that half of me.
You did. It's called networking.
Ew. So yeah, we hopefully have a lot of new listeners, and if you're listening to this episode because we met you there, we love you. Don't care who you are.
Yeah.
If you're the crackhead, please marry us.
No.
You will be receiving the engagement ring by mail wherever you live. You better bring your sneakers, man. Your purple sneakers.
And your bike.
And your bike. Gotta bring the bike, man. No, I loved him. I'm not gonna lie. He would leave and we'd be sad, and then he'd come back and we're like, he's back! He's back!
Oh, that was fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hopefully next year he'll be back, because I'll be waiting for him.
Me too. If he's not there,
the event's ruined.
Might as well just pack up and go home.
Booked on Maine. You better find our man. Okay, yeah, so I think that's all we gotta say.
Yeah.
Thanks for meeting us. Thanks for coming out and buying earrings and entering the raffle. Congratulations to Kimberly. She was the one that won. We forgot to take a picture.
With her.
Yeah. We meant to.
Sorry, sis.
Sorry, sis. Maybe next year.
Maybe.
We'll remember next year to take pictures.
For sure.
Because the only pictures that I have from the entire event was the ones that Lanessa Lane put on her Instagram.
And booked on Maine.
I DM'd him. Yeah. I DM'd her and was like, can you send those pictures to me? And she did. Because I didn't have them. But yeah, I loved everybody. It was super cool.
Everyone was really nice.
Yeah. So we can't wait for next year. If you know a small author, locally or not, just email us at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com.
You're close.
I was very close.
That's the email. Our Instagram is Biblio Audio Podcast. You can DM us on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether you listen to this on Spotify or iHeart, but iHeart is new.
Okay, well, we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.